back with another weekly preview, AK-47 from TradeCaster.com and Prime Trading and Investments. It's March the 10th through the 14th, halfway through March. This week coming up, we've got the CPI on Wednesday, PPI on Thursday. Got some big movement probably already on top of the big movement, as you can already see in front of you that we've had going, last week. It's been up and down and all over, but we're ranging big time. We're talking $10 days most days, which is ridiculous, and the SPY is moving sometimes as much in a day, range-wise, that it used to move in a week, and back prior to 2020. So Monday and Tuesday should run maybe. I would say every day this week could be bigger, but Monday and Tuesday hopefully a little bit more normal without anything maybe possibly that comes out in the morning or in the middle of the day. No Trump or tariff talk. Can hopefully maybe find a direction is my point and stay in that direction. If you just go back to normal days on the SPY when we would maybe move like $3, $4, $5 just a couple of weeks ago, and now we're on looks like we're on roids here all of a sudden. And these monster moves. Really big time over the past 2 weeks here, as you can see. So I'm going to stick with that theme this week as far as big moves, but it's not like we've had a lot of range as we go up and down, up and down. So it's, just say from top to bottom, 95 to 65. You would think more maybe from top to bottom, saying if I were to tell you every day last week we moved $10, if not more. You'd go, dang, we only moved $30 down. I'm surprised we didn't. But it's because we're going down a lot some days, but then down and back up, and then down and back up, and then down and then I've been, so we're all around. Still some big movement. Let's get to the levels. We'll go to the bottom side. Back under 570. 565, of course, is a done deal. Friday's low of day. Now, where can we go from there for your normal low of the week? Well, as you can see, I'm having to do this. We have not been in these areas for a while, and this is a very key territory. This 565 area. If we get through 565, there will be levels that get hit through here, I'm sure, before we get straight down to about 560. I'm going to go in case we do have we finally do start to reverse at some point, being that we are down essentially from 615-ish down to 565. We're talking $50 worth of movement since what day was this? About the 18th, 19th of February, so less than a month. That's a lot of range. So I'm going to go right around since we did pop back up on a Friday. I'll say that our normal low of the week. Watch for a crack under 565 and a move down to 560. And then I'm going to go only one more level down to about 555. 555 normal low of the week. Ultimate low of the week, watch for another jumbo mumbo move down. More move down than up, that is, before we do eventually start to bounce back up. And under this, we easily hit 550. Under 550 to 447.50. I'm going to say 447.50 for your ultimate low of the week. I just don't think we get back down into this 435 to 445 area. Now, again, based on kind of how we've been week to week, right? If you just go back to the 15.15, go to the Monday before, we were at 605. Go to Friday, we're at 585. So that's $20. And then the following week was closer to around, it was about the same, but we popped up finally on that Friday, right? So that made the drop a lot bigger because Monday we collapsed so much, so that then gave it about a $30 range in week. So I'm not going to completely go with that again, which would be then back-to-back $30 ranging days and move this thing back down to this area. So I'm going to go a little bit higher and go 447 to 447.50 ultimate with 555 as your normal. Now, Apple. Let's go alphabetical time here. So, Apple, let's go to the 15.15 for sure. A choppier chart. I don't like this play as much recently. Hasn't had nearly that really good of movement. I mean, look at these days. You can't figure out where it's going. So I wouldn't trade this. I'll give you highs and lows of the week, but where the tradable area is, in my opinion, I'll go out a little bit further. Back over 250, we'll get probably clean again. And once we crack this uptrend, which we keep testing, you can see right through here. So back under 230, just to be safe, would be the key area that I think we really finally start to get to better, clean moving days. So 230 bottom, 250 top. Now, that for the week, no, but cleaner areas, yes. I will say, actually, 230. You know what? That is my ultimate low and bottom for the week in case we move a lot. 230, 250. For your normal high of the week, I'll go with 444 to 445. And your normal low of the week, I'll go with right here around 333.50. Now over to AMD. Over to AMD here. Watch for a pop over 100 to 101 for the move up and the squeeze through this downtrend finally, which we could watch for that here later today. Of course, this is Sunday. We do get some movement on Sunday, just like last week. Last week, even AMD went from right around 100 to 101.50 in a decent move. So could get that squeeze and move up for even more move than tomorrow. Then your next key area is going to get back through this 104 mark. That'll be my normal high of the week. Ultimate high of the week, watch for a pop back up to about 106.50. Now, on the way back on down, watch for a move back under 96.50. Really, 98 is your key, this 97.50 mark right through here, and then you do get some good cracks. But we're not getting the stay underneath there. And with higher lows along the way, that makes me believe that we're going to maybe U-shape. But that's AMD. Is that across the board? This chart reads it. But does this move with the SPY? A lot of the days these plays do just run in sympathy or all together, essentially. It's, SPY cracks, it cracks. Meta, Tesla, they all crack together. Now, this is going to be my normal low of the week, 96.50. Ultimate low of the week, 95. Over to Amazon. We are, as you can see, still in this downtrend overall, creating lower lows along the way. I'm going to go watch for a crack back under this 97 mark for the move down to 192.50. Normal low of the week there. Ultimate low of the week heads down to create another new low. And each one of them on these lows seem to be a decent a ways apart from one another. Although they are getting the last couple are getting tighter. I'll go watch for a move under this to 190, then 188.75 roll. 190 to 188.75 ultimate low of the week. 192.50 normal. On the way up, watch back over this 250 mark, then up to 202.50. Over 202.50 up to this mark right here around 203. Over 203 up to here around 205, and that'll be my normal high of the week. Ultimate high of the week over 205. Watch for a pop into last Wednesday's high of around 210. 210. 207.50 to 207 will be crucial as well. Arm on the way up and down. Finally, looking like it's going to create maybe this little W shape and pop up. Need to get back over this 127.50 mark. That'll take us to 130. Over 130 will take us right here to around 133.50. That'll be my normal high of the week in case we do just start to channel and form a bottom. Over that for the squeeze up to Thursday before last high of day of around 145. Over to Googly Googs. So you can see here, this one's already starting to get this kind of U shape back up on around. W-ish right there. Really gross though the last few days. And this is one of the more uglier charts in my opinion. Lily, do not think about it. Over this 177 mark, watch for liftoff, and I mean nice good squeeze up, and this could happen on Monday, so keep your eye on that. Over that to 176 or 179.60, over 179.60 to 180.80 to 181. Normal high of the week there. In case I'm gonna go there. Over that over 181, watch for a pop up to 184 for your ultimate high. On the way down under 172, down to 171. Under 171 area, watch for the move down to around 170. Normal low of the week, 170. Ultimate low then takes it down to 169, to 168.35, to 167.80, then to 167.35, to 167. Ultimate low of the week there. Let's go over to Meta. Again, play in downtrend mode, still not finding the bottom, as you can see here at 600 on Friday. Finally, of course, like we had a lot of these days, are we going to finally find the bottom? Didn't do it here on that big reversal. Didn't do it here on the big reversal. Or is that going to be the big reversal that we finally find a bottom here with this lower high along the, or lower low along the way, lower lows along the way, just like Amazon. And each one of these goes 640, 623, 623. So about 18 to 20 bucks apart, somewhere in there, right? So yeah, 640, that's a little less than 20. So right around 18 to 20. So I'll go with that same mark, watching, and this will be my normal low of the week, 660. For a move down and we double bottom and move back on up, or that might even just be the low. We don't even get there again, but I will put that in range that we could see this again. Now, if we crack below that, I'll use not only the 18 to 20, but also charting, and that would make it around 480, and that does make about sense. Watch for ultimate low of the week to be around 480. I'll go 485 to 480. 485 to 480, somewhere in that range for your ultimate low of the week for Meta. Now, again, one of those plays, too, I want to start bringing this up in my weekly preview. These are plays I love. You know, if we start coming back down and we crack under 600, I love plays like Meta that haven't been in this territory before. We crack 600. The only thing that's going to hold us up is that lower shadow, and that lower shadow right there is at 597.35. Under that, we're pretty much crashing to this right here. We can see a low and lows right around 590. Under the, then we're going to that. We're cracking. We're crack-a-lacking away. Okay. Amazon, same thing. Can get really big days more than the same thing with SPY. That's why these plays have had big range days down to the bottom, although they had some weird reversals. But when you're in an area you haven't been in quite a while, you can really have some big ranging days, which we'll get to the Qs in a minute. Now let's get over to Microsoft. Not that pretty. It's still kind of got some wonk to it overall. Did crack, some lows we haven't been in. So there were some pretty big days last week with the rest of the, the pack, so to speak. At least bigger than Microsoft typically would have or was having weeks ago. And so I'm going to go Microsoft, normal high of the week, 402, right around this area. Ultimate high of the week for a rejection at 405.70. Last Thursday, or Thursday before last high. Normal low of the week, somewhere right around this 486.50 to 485.50 mark. Whoopsie floopsies, I was trying to show you what I was looking at. That lower shadow to here. Ultimate low of the week down to 381. So 386 to 385.50. Normal low, 381. Ultimate low, high 402. Ultimate high 405.70. Over to NVIDIA. Another one of the long-term plays. I know I've talked about AMD in the past, but even if NVIDIA gets down below 100 into 80, just like AMD, that's a long-term investment area. Now, on the way down, I'm going to stick with some of the themes that I see with some of the plays. Are we going to finally create the low with that big reversal on Friday? Now, again, on top of the agains and the agains, these plays have been running together. SPY's cracking, NVIDIA, Microsoft, Meta, they're all crack-a-lacking. There have been some days, Apple was one of them on Friday. When every play was down, Apple just kind of stayed up. So you're getting that here and there, but not a lot. So keep that in mind. Overall, though, I'm just going to stick with the charting, and that's what I'm doing with most of these plays because they are kind of running together. So 107.50, normal low of the week. Ultimate low of the week under 107.50. This could get a good crack. We haven't been in this area for a while. 105 for sure gets hit. I think we get down to the 102.50 mark. Not quite down to 101s, but I will split the difference between 105 and 101, but right around 103 to 102.50, ultimate low of the week. On the way back on up, watch back over 113.50. Over 113.50, and this downtrend will start to break. And if we can hold that day, then you'll see some more squeeze. I'm going to go 118 normal high of the week to 118.75 roll, somewhere in here. Ultimate high of the week takes it back from the crack in the open from last Monday, creating this kind of wonky WU shape. Back to around 124.50 to 125. That low, that open, and high, and literally the high of last week. Over to the Qs. Same thing across the board. Watch for a crack back under 486. That'll really get a short party going on. Whenever that happens any day, I'm sure that with the SPY as well, it'll be cracking an area, so watch for that short. Under that, she's hitting pretty well. I would say she's definitely going to that lower shadow right there around 483.50 to 484. Under that, she's hitting 480.50. 480.50 normal low of the week. Like I said, across the board, is this low going to finally be it? Ultimate low of the week under 480.50. Each one of them is probably about $8 or so. I'll go to the 4 hour under 480.50. We're hitting minimum 477.50, 25. I mean, it really looks like we could find our way, honestly, back down to probably right around 470. So under the 480 mark on the low from Friday, watch for a move down to around 470 for Q. On the way back on up, watch for a move over 493.50, 493.30, right? The highs from Friday to the move up to the high from Thursday. Hold that area. You're breaking the downtrend. And over that 498.50 mark, 75 mark, you'll squeeze up to Wednesday, Thursday's high, which will be my normal high of the week. 504 area, 503.50 area. If you can squeeze over that, watch for a pop up to 510. 510 to around 512.50. Somewhere in there will be my ultimate high of the week. I'm still just a little, I know we've had these bigger days, but I'm still just a little, do I give the upside as much room, I'm trying to give these plays some room, but not like a ton of room. I know this is going to have to slow down, so I'm just trying to say, hey, and that's why I always say, too, in these alerts that I give to you guys, Tesla's going to be another one that I love. It's under 250. Hasn't been this area for a while. Watch for a crack. But what I tell you guys is, like if we get above or below my ultimate highs or lows, same thing for my weekly alerts that I give out. I should say daily alerts, my morning alerts that I've been doing since August 2023. Same thing in those morning alerts. If you get above or below my ultimate high or low of day, it just keeps it's crack-a-lack city, dump-a-lump city. Or if it gets above it, it's just boosting an extra $1, $2, $3. It just flies. And so that's huge. So like say if I say again, like right here, 250.75 will be the normal low of the week for Tesla. But if we crack that, then, watch for the move to the ultimate low of the week. So then I'd give my ultimate lows, right? And then we easily go to these lines right here, 488 to 248 to 247. I think, though, we'd crack all the way down to 240. 240 or so, ultimate low of the week. Not quite down into the, maybe a lower shadow one day, or like that'll happen, or that, like on the daily, you'll see the lower shadow, but I could see a move down into maybe the high 430s. So my point being there, if I give a 240 to 238.50, somewhere around there. Anyway, if you see 235s and it's still going, that thing is probably going to see 220, Or if I say just throwing it out there, which is probably going to be around the 280 mark for ultimate highs, let's go up. Yeah, probably right around there. No, that'll be normal high. So over this Friday high, 265, again, be downtrend break. Watch for this across the board, which would probably be happening. We're still running together. Everything has been. So over that to 274, 273.50. Over that to 280. Over 280, which will be my normal high of the week, and maybe we start to base and channel out to the right. Watch for move to 285. And over 285 for move up to 290. Over 290 to around 292.50 to 293.50. I'm going to go somewhere right through there-ish ultimate high of the week. So my point being, if we get through and we're at 300, and we're above 295, that thing is going to keep flying and flying and flying. Like when I say my daily alerts, like say just for tomorrow, if I was going to give my morning alert for Tesla, I'd say watch for move over I'd zoom in here to about right here. What can we move in a day? We're moving at least like $10 minimum, so that'll be my normal high. So I'd say over 266.50. Watch for a move up. You can see what I'm looking at, high of day and that reversal from Thursday. Over that mark, watch for a move up to last Wednesday's high of day of 268. Over 268, watch for moving around 271.70 to 272. Over 272, watch for a pop up to around 273. Now, over 273 will be my normal high of the day. Over 273, watch for a move up to, I really think she can squeeze good over 273. Nothing I can see but a bunch of just poopla moopla. You can see this right there that I'm looking at 273.65. So I'm going to kind of include that into my normal high of day. But over that 272.50 to 273.50 mark is what I'll call it. This thing's going to squeeze probably up to around 278 to 278, the 279, 278.75 rule, right? 875 rule. And that'll be my ultimate high of the week. Or ultimate high of the day. Ultimate high of the day. Ultimate high of the day would be 278 to 278.75. So if you get over that and you're seeing like 280, that thing is just going to, I guarantee it'll probably go up to here and go to like 284. It goes to the next target that I would give if I was looking further out, right? And so there's an area I'm kind of looking at that's kind of included in that ultimate high. I'm kind of going in there and then seeing that and that. But if we get over that, we're moving through this after hour high. No one's going to see that upper shadow. They're going to run right to it's going to be running, and it's probably going to run right to that. And that's what happens. Or if I say, well, let's just say, for instance, this was my ultimate low of the day for tomorrow, 250.75. Depends on what happens today. Maybe it pops up in pre-market by the time I'd give that alert. And so I'd say 250.75. Ultimate low of the day. If it cracks that, she's busting through all these levels and she's flying. She'll go $3, $4, $5 more dollars. And so know that when I get my ultimate low and high for the week on the large cap plays, if it gets above those, it'll go even more for sure, and a good amount more. All right, till next week. Again, we're still in my opinion, for large caps, up and down. There's a lot of chop. You'll get those good continuation moves at time, whether it's opening bell or just big reversals at 30 minutes after the opening bell, whatever, there's something being released then. Pre-market's getting big movement from CPI and PPI. I know that's happening this week in pre-market. So you're getting a lot of range with the plays from large caps for sure. They all just are running together and notice that. And so there's a lot of the time that if you're in a decent, like say, trend line crack and you see a good trend that's cracked and now you're going for a short and it's going down, If SPY or for whatever takes off and we get going in the opposite direction, or at any time maybe something pops out, and maybe there are times when these plays are running independently on their own, they can immediately, Trump says something comes out, they will immediately start running together and will do so for the rest of the day. We've seen it so many times where I've been streaming live, I'm like, whoa, wow, hope you weren't going long there, because now dump city limits, where it's at the high of day going up top, we're squeezing, we're looking good, and then next thing you know, we just get this, here you go, end of the day right here on, we're up, and then boom, right here in power hour, sell off city limits, right? So we've seen a lot of that here recently, and everything runs together doing that, so know that a lot of these plays are running together. There are days here and there that there are uglier plays that are running a little choppier. So the main thing now is find your levels, and then find a good pattern and setup that you like to trade, and then trade it. And then once everything starts moving together, you have to be aware of that, and then hopefully it's to the side that you want. Or then, like I like, watching for a good short to hopefully to happen. I'm waiting for it to crack, and then it cracks, but then with it also everything's cracking. SPY's cracking, and whatever I'm trading obviously is cracking because SPY and everything within the SPY is cracking, and then your money. Or same thing if you're looking for a long. And so you really have to trade the large caps that way, at least for the last couple of weeks. We'll get out of that, and we'll get back to kind of running more independently, but right now they definitely are running a lot together. And then small caps have been very, very dead, very slow. So not a lot going on there. We had a little spiking going on Friday, but then last week Monday through Thursday had been one of the slowest weeks we have seen in quite a while. And I would say that, and I've been saying that. Large caps, small caps, together I would give a 2 or 3 out of 10. They're running, yes, large caps have been running bigger, but they're just all over the place. And I just know so many traders that are struggling right now trying to trade what we've been looking at. And small caps as well. So they are both very ugly right now, and it's not a great time space for being a day trading stock trader, essentially, so to speak. I mean, I probably literally had the least amount of trades I have this year and probably since 2019, to be honest. So it's crazy. All right, Lost Boys, Lost Girls, I'll see you back next week for another one of these.